Hi, my name is Linda. I have been with Dr. Scott now for about 2 months or so. And first I want to go back to the beginning, which was about 25 years ago. I was young then. Now I'm not so young, but I wish I would have found Dr. Scott a lot sooner. But I didn't. What happened to me was I was having muscle aches and pains in my joints, mostly in my tendons, not being able to sleep, feeling of fogginess, stomach issues. Okay, so then I went to doctors and doctors and doctors and had tests and tests and tests. And they didn't find anything, which, you know, they never find anything when you have my problem. But then they labeled me with fibromyalgia, which I thought was a good diagnosis. It finally had a name. So then they put me on, tried this kind of drug, that kind of drug, muscle relaxers, antidepressants, and after a few years of that, I was still not feeling good, and I just decided I'm not going to take anything, and actually felt like crawling in a hole at that time. At that time, I found out my father had cancer. He had, and when he had cancer, he was dying of cancer. They found out at that time, he was 73 years old, that he had celiac disease. Well, then all the people in the family were advised to get tested for celiac disease. And sure enough, myself out of 6 children, I'm the only one who came up positive with celiac disease. Since then, I went gluten-free, and everything was really improving. And so-called gluten-free. Traditional gluten-free, I'll call it. Everything was improving, but then after, that was for 7 years, I was doing gluten-free, and after about 5 years or so, things started going backwards. My muscles were hurting again, my tendons, still having trouble sleeping, and the celiac diagnosis helped, but there was still something wrong, I knew. And it was really discouraging, not feeling good all the time. Then, when I went to my doctor and I said, I'm going to get to the bottom of this, and she took more tests and suggested a sleep study. And I was like, a sleep study? I don't feel this way. I don't need a sleep study. And then I realized that I'm going to stay away from the traditional doctors. And I was asking around to different people about what doctor they go to when they don't feel good. I'm trying to find a good doctor. And I was at a restaurant here in Virginia Beach, Burton's, getting my gluten-free meal, and one of the girls there, I told her I had to be gluten-free. Please make sure the chef cooks it that way. And she said, oh, I have to be gluten-free too. And my husband said to her, how are you feeling? Because we were looking for a good doctor. She says, oh, I'm feeling wonderful now. And she says, I finally got to get to the bottom of how I was feeling. And so we asked her what doctor she went to, and she gave us Dr. Scott's name and number, and we called him and came for the seminar, and everything just made sense. Everything finally made sense, and went through some testing and some results, and I think we found the cause of my problems, and we're working on it through diet and education too, and feeling really good. My intestinal tract feels like, I guess maybe like a baby's feels. It feels really good. My muscles are not hurting anymore. I can say my energy level is 50% more than it was. I don't know, I'm just, I guess you could say happy now. And that's great. So thank you, Dr. Scott.
Awesome.